Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas, and today we're going to look at some holiday scents that you can diffuse or that you can make into a perfume type blend to wear or to give as gifts. And the first one I wanted to talk about was vanilla and nutmeg. Vanilla is good for it's good for a lot of things. It's good for your skin and it's good for skin firmness. But vanilla is a solvent extract, so you need to make sure that it's not extracted from alcohol if you're going to be diffusing it. And nutmeg, besides being calming, it's good for digestion and it helps the body produce more enzymes, which is important as you get older, especially or as you eat these great big Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners. So we're going to start. I'm going to start with some vanilla. And I use little bottles because the more air that gets into your essential oils, if you have a big bottle and using it for a long time, it oxidizes your essential oils and they become less potent. So I like the little bottles. And therefore I'm using a little dropper, so I'm going to use several drops. I think I'll do this one. I wanted 10 and I got 9. Okay, so we have some of that. Just put that down. And then we're going to put some nutmeg in. I'm not going to put as much nutmeg. I put 10 drops of the vanilla, because that's really what I want you to smell, and then just 5 drops of our nutmeg. Now we can go back and put more if we like it, if we want to. And if you don't have a diffuser, I'm demonstrating how you can do this with a cup. You put your essential oils in, you put some hot water on it. The water needs to be hot but not boiling. It's already filling up the whole room. That was a good amount of nutmeg. Oh yeah. And you can walk around the room, be careful because it's hot, and place it in certain areas to get your whole room if it's a very, very big room or people are moving around if you're having a party. But this is, it's a very happy blend and it's very comforting and it gives a feeling of security. So that's wonderful during the holiday season. And don't drink it. Oh, it smells so good. If we wanted to make that into a blend to wear, we'd have our 1 ounce amber is best for keeping your scent bottle. And we'd have a carrier oil in there like sweet almond oil, jojoba oil, something you like. And we would put our drops in. Now we'd have to put 3 or 4 times more drops in a 1 ounce bottle of your essential oils. And I usually put the sweet almond oil or the oil in there first and then add the essential oils, but either way is going to work. Then you want to have a cap that seals, and it needs to seal tightly. And then you keep it out of the light and high heat. Like, don't put it in a hot car or something. And you just let it sit for, if you can let it sit for at least 3 days, it's going to be so good. If you have to do it right away, I mean, you need a minimum of 3 hours for these essential oils to blend into your almond oil. You can give it as a gift. You can also get smaller bottles like this and make about 6 different gifts for some different people to put in their stocking. And I think just about everybody loves vanilla and nutmeg together. And it just depends on, you know, how long you want to. You could go 10 days with your blends, and I'm trying to do this in plenty of time so you can get your essential oils together and your materials and make your products, and then just let them sit. Don't open. But you can go as long as 10 days easily, and you will get a very good blend. Oh yeah. And again, you just put it in a closet or a cabinet or something and forget about it and mark your calendar so you'll know when to come back and get your essential oil blends, and it is definitely a good one to wear, okay? You might want to wear it and walk around the room. But before there were diffusers, I just used hot water in a cup, and I do demonstrations, you know, in very, very large rooms, in just a cup of water. This isn't quite a cup, but a full cup of water with very little, really, 5 drops of essential oils in there is enough to diffuse a whole room. But if you have your diffuser, then you definitely want to use that. So the next one I want to look at is a little bit more reminiscent of holiday season. I wore my holiday sweater. I've got the air conditioner on because it's still hot in Texas, but you know, we're getting in the mood. And the next one we want to do is with peppermint and cinnamon and orange, if you like those. Peppermint will overwhelm your blend very easily, and so will cinnamon. So I put equal amounts in a blend if I put the two together and just let it fight it out, you know? Oops, this one has some in it. I need to get out. Okay, so we've got 8 drops of peppermint. We're going to use the same. Of clove, in case you like clove, and then the cinnamon. I like to put them all together, but if you want to have peppermint and cinnamon and orange, or not orange, either way, or peppermint and clove just by themselves, that's fine. I like to put all of them together. And I'm using 8 of every one of these. I'm not going to leave these droppers in there very long because the essential oils will eat the rubber. But just for now. So then I'm going to get my hot water out so we can wow. Peppermint and, ooh, that's, peppermint and clove, and cinnamon, yes. I almost need a little more orange to just calm it down a bit. Okay, so we've got 6 little drops of sweet orange. You can use any orange you like. There's blood orange, there's neroli. Neroli I wouldn't bother putting with peppermint and cinnamon because they are going to overwhelm that beautiful scent. But you have bergamot, and bergamot is very, very calming in a good way. It's uplifting and calming, so it joins in, helps to get tension released, and then joins in with the peppermint and the cinnamon to infuse the room and get everybody awake. You know, when you have, after Thanksgiving dinner and the relatives start falling asleep in their chairs, then this is the time to bring out the cinnamon. Oh, wow. I can feel that in the back of my head. The peppermint and the cinnamon and the clove, it'll wake them up and put them in a festive mood. So that's always a good idea. I want to talk a minute about a good blend to make, to use as a gift, okay? And the gift can be to you. You can make some and try it on yourself and see how you like it. And then you can, you know, even buy small bottles of, try to get amber dram glass bottles and make little stocking stuffers or gifts for people. Actually, most people will like this blend because it has coffee in it. Now, if the person should not be around coffee, you know, because it's too stimulating, causing heart palpitations or something like that, then we can just delete that. Most people are going to like it because coffee, you know, coffee is an extraction from pressing the beans. So it's not distilled, but it's an extraction. And it's very, very strong in volatile oils and essential oils, but it's also, it's very smooth. So you have this lifting and smoothness when you use coffee. And I'm just going to use my bottle here because this is something we're going to make. And the coffee, now we have an ounce bottle. And, let's see. I don't usually use a low note in this blend, but if you want to start with the low note, I would use some kind of a tree, like cedar wood or cabruva. In the holiday season, I'd be more apt to use fir or black spruce, and add that 6 drops of that. Then we're going to add 15 drops of our blend of several spices. I suggest ginger, clove, cinnamon, sweet orange, and coffee together. They make a wonderful scent. A little bit festive, but certainly you could use that. You could use this all year round to have a get up and go scent for yourself or your loved ones. So let's see, let's do about 5 drops of each of the essential oils. I also want to use cardamom. I don't know if you like cardamom. It's kind of a sweet scent to it, but it's really a beautiful scent, and it very well blends with these other essential oils, and it gives it another depth to it. And cardamom is very good for calming people. It's very calming because it's sweet. So we'll use 5 drops of each of these. And then we're going to use sweet orange as a top note. So we can use as many as 9 drops of your sweet orange. I'd rather, I have little inserts on some of the essential oils, but I'd rather drop it out myself than try to now these need some time to blend, so you want a good 10 days. Wonderful. And now add your sweet almond oil and you cap it. with a tight-fitting screw cap. List what's on there, or you'll come back later and wonder what smells so good and you won't remember. And you can start by just not shaking the essential oils. That will break them down, but just gently give them a little tip. And you're going to put this in, I'd say, a dark place. That's cool, not hot, but it doesn't have, you don't want it cold actually, because that would stop the oxidation pretty much. So after that, you have a blend that, an ounce blend of this would last one person a very long time, because you just, put, a few drops on a day. And I haven't had anybody who disliked this combination. You can work your different drops. You might want to go heavier on the coffee or less on ginger or cinnamon. You may not want cinnamon in there, or clove, or you can fix it any way you like. But what I like about using what I call food type essential oils is everybody knows what they smell like. And everybody has probably tasted lemon before, or cinnamon, and something with cloves in it. Maybe a ham at Thanksgiving or Christmas. And they have good feelings about this because they're associating them with food. And food always, that gives us a good memory, good association. So most people will enjoy essential oil blends made from food type substances, from our essential oils. And most people will not have a bad reaction, although you can always ask, do you do okay on ginger, or whatever. We're not going to eat it, we're just going to, have that scent in our blend. And really, when you wait 10 days before you open it, you're going to find that you probably smell the coffee, but all the other ones are just, they're just going to blend together. Even the coffee will do that, where you can't tell any one particular one so much. And it's a whole new concoction. And it will remind people of good times in foods. And most people do not have bad reactions to the type of essential oils that we did today. It's always good to ask. And these are more for big people than little guys, okay? So we're using these as adult blends. I want you to contact me with any questions or concerns. And I always like to hear people when they'll write and they'll say, well, I remember all these good times with cinnamon, or, something, and it just makes it even more special. But these are good holiday scents for you, and good gifts to be able to give, and good smells to be able to connect with all your guests and enjoy the holidays. And we'll see you again. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye.